that's in our future and stand up for the Constitution. It's going to have to be done in a bipartisan way by two ex-presidents, I think, who still have a lot of credibility. And my guess is they are saving their powder for that.
Very interesting. Corey Lewandowski served as President Trump's campaign manager and is the author of Let Trump Be Trump. Corey, good evening to you. Good to have you here tonight. You know, what is it you think in the Trump presidency? I mean, obviously, this is a very unique presidency. This president acts and behaves in a way that, you know, other presidents simply have not. It's just not the way he operates. But he has definitely inspired this, you know, this sort of reaction, like what we're getting from Tom Friedman, that these two former presidents are going to come out of the woodwork and save the country. What do you make of it?
You know, Tom is another one of these geniuses who predicted Trump would never run, and on Election Day predicted that Hillary Clinton, and the New York Times said that Hillary Clinton was going to get, 340 electoral votes, and Donald Trump was on his way to the largest defeat in modern election history. So look, what is the constitutional crisis? The lowest unemployment rate between Hispanics and African Americans ever recorded, a stock market that continues to go up, a president who's defending our border, cutting taxes for Americans and businesses across the country. What is the constitutional crisis? Putting America first? The constitutional crisis is that we're not globalists anymore, that we're unapologetic to be Americans, that this president has said we're not here to be the policemen of the rest of the world, that we're going to protect our own people first. If that's the constitutional crisis that Friedman thinks is in front of us, then he's absolutely right. This president is here to protect Americans, something that maybe he should think about more often.
Yeah, he goes on to say, I feel more strongly than ever, and everything that's happened in the last 6 weeks is a real threat to our democracy, is sitting in the Oval Office. We have a president who's a disturbed person. This kind of tweeting, this overthrowing of cabinet secretaries is not normal behavior. You say let Trump be Trump, right? It definitely rankles a lot of people, and it's a process. What happened with Rex Tillerson, and now perhaps Scott Pruitt, who appears to be in a somewhat tenuous position. People are uncomfortable. People like him, for sure, with the way he does things.
Well, they are, but you have to remember, it was, in August or September of last year where Donald Trump, the president, said, look, if North Korea attacks us, they will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. And now we see that they have agreed to halt their nuclear testing capabilities until a sit-down happens, because this president has put a stranglehold on North Korea with the help of the Russians and the Chinese, something that for 30 years no president has done. Does Tom Friedman disagree with relocating the embassy in Israel? Is that the constitutional crisis that he's opposed to? These guys love the hyperbole of attacking this president. The bottom line is this. This president, like every president, has the right to have the cabinet that he wants surrounding him so that they can make decisions. And this president, more than any other, loves to have different individuals give them their opinion, and then he makes the final decision. Now, maybe it's not the decision that 30 years of government Washington, D.C. dogma has been entitled to, but I can tell you this. We know unequivocally, if Hillary Clinton would have been elected, we would not have a potentially denuclearized North Korea. We wouldn't have a leader that has cut taxes for the American people. Unemployment rates for African Americans and Hispanics would not be at historic lows. What is Tom so opposed to of helping the American people?
I don't know. We'll ask him. Maybe he'll answer your question if he's listening. How about this? So President Trump basically is butting heads over and over again against the state of California. There's already 27 lawsuits from California against the Trump administration. Now there's the possibility that there may be a new one. The Attorney General there, Javier Becerra, saying this about the EPA's new move to roll back the laws for greenhouse gas emissions with relation to the auto industry. He said this: the Trump administration's assault on clean car standards risks our ability to protect our children's health, tackle climate change, and save hardworking Americans money. We are ready to file suit if needed to protect these critical standards and to fight the administration's war on our environment. So this is just the latest front between the Trump White House and California, Corey.
Well, look, California, as you know, the only thing that is not protecting American citizens in California are sanctuary cities, because we've seen time and time again they continue to give refuge to individuals who come to this country illegally, kill Americans, and then has no accountability for it. So, this president's been very clear. He's going to release the burden on American individuals and corporate America from an overzealous government bureaucracy, and the EPA has been one of the worst perpetuators of that problem. And look, you know what California loves? They love to have it both ways. They love to attack the president. But when there is a natural disaster, when there is a tragedy, when something terrible happens, they call the federal government and they ask for their help and support. And every single time, this president has responded because it's the right thing to do. But look, this is a political football that the Attorney General wants to use. What he should spend his time on is protecting the American citizens from the illegal aliens that are coming in and killing them in his home state.
Corey Lewandowski, thank you. Good to see you, Corey.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So actor turned activist Rob Reiner has a message to the millions of Americans who have been tuning in to watch Roseanne. He says it's all a big lie.
I got a feeling they're going to try to rein Roseanne in outside the show because